Dahil sa sunod-sunod na bagyo, 7 bagyo na pong dumagok po dito sa ating bansa, may mga kababayan na siguro tayo na nakakaranas nito, no? Lalo na yung siguro pag sila po ay nakatira sa mga evacuation centers. Ano po yung, paano mo masasabi na isang tao ay nagsasuffer, no, from PTSD, yung post-traumatic syndrome?
Well, before we diagnose anyone with a psychiatric condition, we have to make sure their symptoms are not better explained by a physical cause or something that we would take or due to a substance.
Okay.
And then aside from that, pag nag-diagnose tayo, we base it on the DSM-5-TR of the American Psychiatric Association. So, ano siya, for each psychiatric condition, there's a list of criteria that describes the duration, frequency, and intensity of symptoms. It's very, very specific. So when it comes to PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder, actually the symptoms has to be at least a month. And the person would have to experience a life-threatening event or witness somebody close experience a life-threatening event. So this could also be a situation that caused serious injury or sometimes even sexual violence. And then it would also be accompanied by distressing memories. So sometimes they would have flashbacks, nightmares. They would also have avoidance of anything that would remind them of yung mga traumatic event din natin. They would also have negative alterations of cognition and emotion. So sometimes they become irritable. Sometimes they don't even remember the details of yung traumatic experience din natin. And then sometimes there is marked arousal regarding anything that would remind them of the trauma. So halimbawa anything to do with typhoon, mag-a-avoid na tayo at sobrang na tayo, yung distressing na yung nararamdaman din natin. So pwedeng nagkakaroon ng exaggerated startle response or nagkakaroon din ng hypervigilance. So and we would also take note when it comes to psychiatric conditions in general, nakaka-affect din yung functionality ng patient. So affected yung tingin niya sa sarili niya, affected yung pakikitungo niya sa ibang tao, and affected din yung work niya or pag-aaral niya.
So talagang meron palang talagang kumbaga clinical book, talagang by the book dapat ito na gagawa o na 1 month at least. Okay.
Yes. Dr. Kat, I was telling Pat P kanina na itong parang na-encounter ko itong post-traumatic stress syndrome, no?
Disorder.
Yung doon sa mga US soldiers who came back from the Vietnam War and then pinadala sila sa Iran, Afghanistan, and they witnessed yung atrocities of war, the killing of innocent women and children and all of that, di ba? So, ito, pag rinelate mo sa sunod-sunod na kalamidad, in this case, parang 6 na bagyo, 7 bagyo na, nagtatagal na sa mga evacuation centers yung ating mga kababayan. Some have suffered loss, no? May namatayan, merong
pamilya. Yung mga pamilya, di ba yung sa landslide, sa Batangas.
Batangas, na personally, baka survivor pa sila na sinuong yung hanggang leeg na tubig and all of that. So, yung equating yan, sabi ko nga, ang ganda kasi talagang ang taas ng ating level of awareness about mental health. Kanina, we were asking DSWD about how they, how they manage and address itong yung pangangalaga ng mental health ng ating mga survivors and evacuees, no, nasa evacuation centers. Ikaw bilang psychiatrist, di ba? Ano ba ang ano ba yung generally and specifically, how do we address itong mga nagtatagal sa evacuation centers? Age appropriate yan, yung sa kabataan, di ba, yung pulling them out of their schools, nasa unfamiliar surroundings, na wala na silang halos social life siguro, walang privacy, di ba? So, ano yung mga kalagayan sa evacuation centers that has to be addressed just so that we take care of the mental health of these people?
Yeah. So actually, just yesterday, I was able to see a particular, like a news bit that they coined the term typhoon fatigue.
Oo.
Yes.
It was a term that's coined by the Philippine government, and it was mentioned by an international news feed, and they were pointing out that because for the span of 2 weeks we experienced 4 typhoons, and then like you also mentioned, it's like 6 or 7. We're at letter P
Letter
already.
P na.
I think.
Oo.
Yeah,
Started
letter
sa
P
J.
already.
Oo.
Yes, and we also have seen that the typhoons are getting stronger. Like the extreme of temperatures, extreme of weather is already it's happening.
Yeah.
And we know it can get worse because of climate change. So when it comes to the situation in the evacuation areas, like you mentioned earlier, very important yung mga basics. So in the evacuation area, you have your shelter, but of course, you need your own space. So I'm glad there are some evacuation centers that have a specific space for specific families. And then the basic also would be hygiene. So we would imagine that all toilets would be shared.
Yes.
And then very limited space, like hundreds of people in a crowded area. And then basic hygiene needs are all shared. So that could be also prone to diseases and illnesses. And then for anyone, particularly children, any disruption of normalcy would greatly affect our psychological well-being, especially when it comes to like we are at the middle of the school year, and then they suddenly get pulled out from their classes. And then they have no secure place to go, and their sense of security is temporary because they're at an evacuation center. So yes, it's definitely very traumatizing, very distressing for our kababayan. But overall, I think aside from having solutions to when the typhoon comes, we also have to prepare in general, like as an individual. So like I mentioned, the typhoons are getting worse. So we have to be clear-minded and prepared for the next year when typhoon season hits.
Let's get together. Sunday 25. Sunday 25.